Today's Thursday. It's 1:34 a.m. It's April 3rd. Now that I don't know what happened to me. Maybe it's because the reality has finally sunk in, and it made me think about what is really causing me to lose. So like today, here's what happened. I was see there's a 10% drawdown on the prop firm challenges. So I lost 5% yesterday. And then today coming in, I thought I was going to make, my intention was to make 1%. But I sized in and my mind just totally flipped when it started to move. And I made two trades that were green. I can't call that a good trade, but I made two trades that were green. And eight of them were big losses until the last one caused my account to be breached. And I'm and here's the problem with that. Here's a problem. The problem is I just let it go. I just the losses did not stop me. Okay, the losses did not stop me from rethinking about what I need to do. And the trades that I made were half thought out, half baked. Okay, so those are the two very, very scary reality of trading here. The idea that I have was half baked. The second one is the losses did not scare me. It did not deter me until the account was breached. Okay, I've seen this on a repeated. I've seen this about me like hundreds of times. I've seen this multiple times. I've seen it. I've seen it do this. I did it. I do this to myself, and I've seen this happening to myself, and so that kind of thing I cannot control myself. I cannot control. That part of me is not controllable. That part of me is not controllable. I cannot control that. Now I see why. See, there's this guy in SMB Capital, and this Mike Bellafiore was like mentoring this guy, and apparently this guy who is being mentored is successful at everything that he's done. He was successful at everything that he's done, but he said in a letter that it's something that is so difficult that he wondered whether he'll ever become profitable. That's what he said on a letter back to Mike. And then apparently Mike disclosed the fact that that same person was profitable later on. But I was wondering what would be so difficult, especially when SMB Capital has all the setups and all the techniques of trading, right? So if you have all these setups and techniques, then what is missing? What essentially removes, what essentially carves out in systematic trading is that the personal side, the person, the in person, that identity, the personal side is causing something that is causing me to worry that that is something that's I I don't know. That's something that's causing me to rethink about. See, I thought when I started this, I thought, if I put enough effort into it, that I should be able to do this. That's what I thought. Then reality hit me, right? Then reality hit me. The reality is saying this is something that might be too this might be something that's impossible. Okay, this might be something that's impossible unless I code up whatever I'm doing and put them in a system and then run it. Okay, create a bot. If I were to write a software and then allow the software to trade for me, then maybe I have a shot. But something is telling me this might be something this this might be something that I bit off that I cannot chew. This is something that's bigger than what I can. This is something that I have bitten off that might be too big to be true. This might be just too big. This might be. I have literally identified my problem. I have specifically identified my number one problem. I have specifically identified my number one problem in trading and why I am here and lost over $20,000 to $30,000. Now I know what my number one problem is. My number one problem is not being in the moment with the setup. I allow my mind to make up its own mind and do whatever it wants to do. That is something that I cannot control. That is something that I cannot control. What I have to do is be dynamic. I am not a dynamic person. I'm like a freight train that is heavily loaded moving downhill. I cannot be dynamic and swift like other people who can think on the fly. Okay? So, looking at things on a realistic perspective, perhaps this day trading thing may not be suitable for me. Maybe day trading may not be the suitable thing. Maybe swing trading may be the right thing for me. Maybe I should approach it from that perspective instead of day trading, because the ferocity of these, when it moves, it takes me off guard and I just totally lose it. I cannot think about it. I can't think about anything. So my number one problem is I am not in the moment. My number one problem is I am not in the moment. That's my number one problem. And that is virtually impossible to fix. That is virtually impossible to fix. Even if I were go to working as a swing trading, even if I were to do swing trading, that takes an enormous amount of analysis and calculations. Okay? This day trading thing requires split-second decisions. Okay, it requires tip of the moment. It requires an instant decision-making thing to occur. Okay, I have to be very, very dynamic, and that's not me. I am not dynamic. I know that I am not dynamic, and me becoming dynamic to become a trader is a far, far stretch. I'm beginning to look inwards. I'm beginning to have an introspection with myself. I'm trying to have an honest dialogue with myself, and that honest dialogue is that based on what I did today, in 1 hour, yesterday in another 1 hour, I totally just ruined the account because I was like sizing big. Okay, I was sizing big, trying to regain that loss. Okay, and then thinking, not even thinking about the what could happen. So I'm just being honest with myself. I am being honest with myself, and I know what my problem is. I am being honest with myself. I don't want to keep telling lies to myself. I don't want to say that to myself. I don't want to say that, or not even talk about it. I don't want to hide things from myself. I don't want to keep myself in suspense. I don't want to keep myself in the dark. I want to be honest with myself. And that honesty is I don't think I have it in me to be a day trader, because I lack this one particular characteristics. I lack the ability to be in the moment. I lack the ability to be in the moment. That's my number one problem. When I lack the ability to be in the moment, then chances are any trade that I make will be bungled up because I will be applying my own thinking into whatever is happening, and it'll happen again. It's gonna keep happening. It has been happening. That's why I haven't been profitable in 5 years. Now I see it. I'm being honest with myself. I am being very honest with myself. And being honest, even though this is the only thing that's possibly going for me, and the possibility of making a living off of this, I'm even though I have nothing else going on and no future of whatsoever, I'm like admitting to myself that I may never be profitable. This may be this may be something that I just cannot do because I know that I'm not in the moment. I know that certain situations that I'm in, but in this case, something is causing me not to be in the moment. Something is causing me to be something is causing me to jump the gun. Something is causing me to do things uh, early. Something is causing me to experience these emotional things that are causing me to think incorrectly in making the decisions. So that is a being in the moment and being dynamic definitely is a requirement to being an effective trader. Okay? To be an effective trader, I have to be in the moment and be dynamic about it. But I lack those qualities. And I don't even know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix it. Okay, all I have to do is wait to whatever I think is support and resistance, and still that might be incorrect. But somehow I don't wait for it either. So that's a problem. So I have to be willing to say to myself, some days I may not make a single trade, even though I'm trying to even though I'm trying to be a day trader, right? It would be very difficult not to be able to make a single trade during the day, right? Now I bought another funded account. I mean, challenge. I bought another challenge at a cost of $70, but I'm like I don't know if I'll. I'm like now hesitant after what I did just about an hour ago. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be. I don't know. So any decision that I make, I feel that I mean I'm not confident anymore. I'm not confident anymore. I have no confidence. I am I have absolutely no confidence in myself. I have absolutely no confidence. I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Oh my God. I don't trust you. Wow. I don't trust you.